We're about to start our next talk. I'd like to introduce Bahram Piri of IDmelon, who's going to talk about Passkeys, a breakthrough step for workforce authentication on shared computers. I'd like to remind folks they can ask questions in the app, and then there's a mic up here for questions afterwards as well. Thanks so much. Take it away.
Hi, everyone. My name is Bahram. I'm founder and CEO of IDmelon. Today, I want to share with you guys some experience we had to deploy passwordless authentication for the workforces in industry with the shared computer or shared devices. To go through, before going through sharing this experience, I want to review some terms and conditions of this environment. Let's first speak what our persona we are talking, what the industry we are talking, and what the condition we are talking. Okay, this is, how can I go to the next slide? Green one. Since it's not working or working. Okay. First, see what does shared computer mean. A shared computer is a computing device. It's not assigned to a specific user, but used by a group of employees. These devices are utilized in situation and industry where multiple workers require quick access, I'm repeating, quick access to a computer for short tasks during their shift. A shared computer might also be used by one employee during one single shift and then by another employee in the next shift. Look like the way you go into the bank tellers, when they're starting working with the computer. When they go for lunch and back, maybe start on another computer. And we categorize these machines and this device in three ones. First is the most popular one, the Windows machine, that we will talk about these use cases that people want to use a Windows machine, log into that machine and do their job and leave. The second one is kiosk machine, which is also very popular. The people walk into the kiosk machine, they want to log into some job or get some information and leaving. And these days, another popular one is mobile devices. Look like the iPads, Android tablets. These are also very popular in different industries. For example, healthcare and other, that the people want to share these mobile devices to each other, and so many people work with one machines. Is it? Okay. Let's see which industry we are talking about. Certain industry heavily rely on shared computer to run their operation, especially where employee need access to computing device to serve customer, control machine, or access data. These industries often have a dynamic workforce with employee rotating shifts, serving customer, or managing operation around the clock. For example, we can talk about the healthcare, we can talk about the manufacturing, hospitality, hotels, retails, call center, law force. You can see in lots of these cases, when you want to serve someone in hospital, you don't, if you want to think about what was the username, what's the password, what happened when I changed my password yesterday with 15 new characters and what else, is not possible. Using the password or some sort of MFA in some industry is kind of impossible. But let's talk about the persona of the workforce who working in this industry. It seems the click is not very, oh, okay.
So that's from your side.
Okay. The workforce using the shared computer and the employee who use this machine often share several characteristics regardless of the industry they work. What they have the common? This frontliner worker, blue-collar worker, usually limited tech familiarity. They are not tech savvy. They know basic about the computer, and they don't care because the deal is not how use the passkey, what is the passkey, or what is the MFA, or stuff like that. And lots of this industry is mobile restricted area. I mean, tons of MFA solution, different model in the market are not able to use by them because of this restriction. And also high pressure, time sensitive environment. All the industry I mentioned have these characteristics. Not matter you are in the hotel reception and a long line behind you and you want to change, your manager come to log in to do something, or is hospital, or is a factory that you have to do some adjustment in some machine that produce $100,000 products in a minute. If you be late for a couple of seconds, that's the matter seconds for that industry. I saw lots of pitch during the past days that talking about the people who sitting behind the computer enjoying their coffee and the computer going lock a screen and they want to unlock, and they talking about, okay, what's the difference between 7-second unlock or 30-second unlock? I'm saying nothing because that guy is enjoying the coffee. 23 seconds saving for him is nothing. But 23 seconds saving on a computer on a manufacturing floor that doing the job wrong and you want to adjust something, that's worth couple of $1,000s. That's the area that you have to care. Or when we talk about the kiosk machine, 100 people is already in the line to log in to check their pay stub or something. That's the time, the timing is matter. Frequent shift change and high turnover. In this industry, when we talk again about in the previous speech, Microsoft distinguished different persona for the workforce. When we talk about the workforce that's sitting behind the computer in home or something like that, they just log in once per day. But when we talk about the healthcare, one person at least 25 times per day they have to log in, or maybe more. When we talk about the manufacturing, maybe more than 25 times. And then saving time for the login process is matter. And the next one that, the last and next one I will describe more in the next slide is using shared or generic account. We talk about the shared computer, but when we walk through these businesses, we can find something more than shared computer. We can see the shared account. What does it mean? Okay, in this industry, they are not able, in most of them, to have their own profile. When we talk about the Windows machine, they are not able to have their own profile in that computer. As an example of one of the use cases that we will describe later, they have 100 PC, 130 worker. They want to working with this shared PC. Okay, just if we consider 3 minutes for creating profile on the Windows machine is equal about 35 days to just create 130 profile on 100 computer. Is almost impossible. And some of these machines, because of the application they already installed on those machines, creating multiple profile regarding the licensing the application is also very expensive for them. One of our customer base, they told if I want to create the second profile, I have to pay $1 million for license the application. That's impossible for them to have multiple profile for the people to log in. The only choice, they have to log into a shared account. Couple of users, they have to log into a shared account. And regarding to the new rules, the industry have to be able to track the people. And some people say, okay, there are camera over there, you can see who log in on that machine, but when we talk about, for example, manufacturing, it's impossible. They have helmet suits, face mask, and what and stuff like that. You cannot distinguish people based on the color of the shirt or stuff like that. Means you have to have a way to let people log in secure and conveniently, not only a shared computer, with a shared account as well. Okay, the nightmare and dream of this industry, all section I mentioned is authentication. Authentication with password and legacy MFA is a nightmare for them because the timing, because the restriction of the device, because the cumbersome usage for these frontline workers and stuff like that. But their dream is to adopt a secure authentication method, but not at the cost of sacrificing convenience and productivity. For this industry, for all of them, productivity is more important than security because it is affecting them tons of money per day. Okay, how do FIDO security key helps? Using the FIDO USB key for workforce authentication seems like it can fulfill the dream of the secure and efficient authentication. It's secure, it's passwordless, it's plug and play, it's fast, done. We are good, means my speech finished. We are happy, we can provide them FIDO security key and everyone happy. But no, let's review 3 different use cases that I will share their story with you guys today and see how they can deal with the FIDO security key and how we address their problem. I'm going to review 3 different stories with you guys. The first one is a company, Corda Electronics. They manufacture some electronic products. They have some factory worker, about 130 factory worker, and about 100 computer in their manufacturing floor. And these factory workers, they have to log into this computer and do their jobs. The second one is the wine company. I can, unfortunately, regarding this, I cannot reveal the name. A family-owned winery, and they have some fixed factory worker and they have some seasonal factory worker. In this use case, they had about 800 seasonal factory workers. They only come to picking grapes in the summer and something like that. Let's consider you want to teach them how they're using the FIDO security key and log into Intro ID, a complex UI and stuff like that. That is impossible. And the third one is also a healthcare center which I cannot have their brand is. This healthcare frontline employee, they want to log into their Intro ID on the shared iPad. Let's review all these 3 use cases and see how the FIDO security key can help and what happened at the end with them. The objective of our case study, I divided in 2 categories, the critical objective and nice to have. The critical is passwordless MFA. They want to get rid of password. Because for factory worker, is changing the password every 90 days, using the 15-character password and username and stuff like that is impossible. Minimizing workforce authentication friction. The kind of MFA, yeah, they cannot carry the phone, but maybe they can carry an OTP and read the 6 number and enter. That is also kind of impossible for them, and it's critical to not go after that. And support shared account. That they want something to support shared account. With the FIDO security key, you cannot support the shared account. And the nice to have is no extra hardware to deliver and carry. They don't want to pass the security key to all these people and carry extra stuff. Even some of those, they are not allowed to carry the badge. They have some wristband on their hazmat suite and stuff like that. No extra workload on the IT and HR team on employee turnover. This industry have lots of employee turnover, and it's hard for them to deal with this employee turnover. And the last one is minimum training. They want a solution that have a minimum training for their employee. Okay, as we've seen on the previous slide that the first thing, the FIDO security key can do everything, and we can say goodbye and stop. But we can see the problem they have with the FIDO hardware security key. First is hardware supply management and distribution, especially when the factory is all around the US or world. It's too hard to deploy, deliver the FIDO security key to them. The second is workforce training of usage and passkey registration. When we talk about the hardware security key, handling the hardware security key in the hand of someone is something, and teaching them how to go to Microsoft and register this security key on Entra-ID is another story. Web login UX, which is very complex. During the past few days, Microsoft announced that they want to kind of rebuild this UX and have a smoother and better UI and UX experience with the passkey. Mobile device support means iPad. We will talking contactless UX issue. When we talk about the FIDO security key on the shared computer, plugging a USB key in the USB port and unplugging 80 times per day, that USB port going to be broken less than a week. And they have to use, even if they want to use the FIDO key contactless, they have to use contactless or the NFC. And the behavior of the FIDO key over the NFC is not the normal behavior of the tap and login and tap and usage. We call tap and tape because there is a two-step for the PIN, and you have to keep the key for the whole process of the login, which is weird UX and generic or shared account. Okay, how we overcome this challenge? Something we believe is a game changer for these use cases is using the sync passkey, which I described how we did that, not device-bound passkey. With using the sync passkey, we can have an automatic onboarding, and we can support the shared account, which is I described in detail later. What we did in our use cases, we utilized their existing employee ID badge as a security key. Means something that they carry with themselves for 30 years, using the access the room, elevator, everything. Tomorrow morning, they can come to work and use that one to log in as a security key and to log into anything they want, to log in onto iPad, to log into a Windows or kiosk machine. And the third one is WebAuth and browser extension, W3C, to get rid of those complexity of the UI that Entra-ID or other platform have for people to log in. Okay, let's review the first use case, how we help these 132 workers to log in on the 100 shared computer. Okay, something we help with them, we help them to using their badge as a sync passkey device, and we shared the account, actually the manager shared the account they want to have access with their badge. Definitely they have one credential for access, for example, worker one to worker one at factory.com, but if he want to access to the CNC one machine, then they're going to share that passkey with that guy as well. And other machine means, and worker one, whatever machine he walking to, when he tap the card using the default passkey on that machine, and he can unlock that machine with providing the PIN. With this story, all these workers can passwordless and phishing resistant with security key log into those machines with their card and PIN. And also in the dashboard, because we know the device ID as well, if they want to know who logged in on this machine on the shared account, even 9 a.m., they can find out which device ID unlocked this credential, and that done. Means still they can use the shared account, they can use the shared computer, they're using the badge they carry for, they have it from the day first, and the day first when they have the badge, and this is the badge, this is your PIN. In different use cases, regarding to different company culture, they do the initial PIN different. Maybe someone using the last 4 digits of your employer ID, last 4 digits of your phone number, or let people using the first time tap their card, entering the employer ID name and family name to set the PIN. There are some different regarding to different culture, but these guys, I believe, set the initial PIN for the last 4 digits of the employer ID, which usually only that person know, and then they forced to change the PIN by the workforce. Because these people, even setting up a PIN for them and push them to using that is hard for them. Just for your information, these guys, 130 users, sharing one username and password for 5 years to accessing this machine. This is a story before we jump in. And they can't do anything else. That's the only option they have. The second use case is the wine factory. About 3,800 people want to, which includes some seasonal grape harvest worker, about 800 of them. They want to go to some kiosk machine and read the instruction or check something, I don't know that. And they have to log in conveniently and securely. For this one also, we kind of did the same with one tweak. Means all of them using the card when they hired or when they got to the company. But when they go into kiosk machine, we installed a just browser extension as a WebAuthn to handle all those crazy message right now, enter ID, show them, okay, I want to do those sign-in option, sign in with security key, no PIN, then you want to QR code or security key, yeah, I want to see a security key, do you want to external? This is crazy for them. And we're going to handle that, and this message is customizable message because they have some people, they don't know English, they want to just know Spanish, means they can put the right message they want, and then it's going to handle that WebAuthn or Think Passkey and let them entering their PIN and log in directly to the point they want. And another trick that we did for them, which is very useful for them, is about the logout. We always, during the past few days, we're talking about the login. But when we go through the security detail, logout is also important. And you can ask that seasonal worker, and you can teach them, okay, if you want to log on from your Enter account, you have to go log in on this small icon. And something we added, the second time they tap their card, is going to log out their account and close the sessions. Means so simple. And if we're using of this, even the session timeout can be reduced lots because the login time is only 3 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds maximum. Doesn't matter if you remove this time and make it too small. Sorry, I was too late to finish. The third use case is about the shared iPad. What we do with the shared iPad, how they can use the shared iPad and the card, the badge ID they have. We provide them a reader. You can see in this story there is a hardware, a card reader on the table. And we have IDmelon Authenticator on any iPad. This IDmelon Authenticator is a shared mode. When they open the iPad and open the IDmelon Authenticator, the only thing they need to do, get close to one of those readers, is usually in the charging station. They tap their card, and suddenly after that, they can see a window that's showing, asking them for PIN. They enter in their security key, PIN, done. Their passkey is in that iPad. Right now, easily, they can click on the Office icon, and the Office is going to open with them and authenticate with the passkey. No username, no password, less than 10 seconds. This is because of some UI is more than 5 seconds. And also, I have to say, entering a username and password in the soft keyboard of the shared mobile device is a really big pain for industry, which we already solved with this technology. And the last slide, I'm talking about how I want to compare three things: Sync Passkey, device-bound passkey, and legacy MFA in two aspects: how easy to use by workforce, how easy to deploy by IT team. Definitely, legacy MFA to deploy by IT team is so easy, but device-bound passkey is too hard to deploy, but for the reason everybody know. But device-bound passkey, easier use, definitely is easier than using the legacy MFA, but not simple as the Sync Passkey. As we can see, the winner here is Sync Passkey, and the effect of using the Sync Passkey in the environment with the shared device is amazing. Thank you so much. That's my last one, and I did on time, but there is no time for questions. Thank you.
In the room, feel free to use the microphone here. But otherwise, thanks so much for your time. That was great.